Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for Driversroom Festival of Speed. We are in Season 4, Round 6, Tier 1. We are at Bathurst today in Australia, and it is night, so it will be dark, but also very bright for the headlights. But let's have a quick rundown the order for you today. In first position we have Cartman, who put his car on pole for tonight. Then we have Plugs the Duck in second. Then we have MS2 Fast. In fourth we have Mr. Sean. Then in fifth we have Flappy. And in sixth we have Lex. Then in seventh we have O'Reilly. And in eighth we have Old Man. Then in ninth we have Awesome Alex. And in 10th we have Murkoff. Then in 11th we have RJ Cool. And in 12th we have Vlaev. And last but not least we have John William Megan in 13th place. That is your lineup of tonight. Let's see how this race went. And we're underway! Carmen gets a good start. Good reaction speed of all of them. Into Hell's Corner they go. Plux goes down the inside to take the lead in after the first corner. Then Mr. Sean, already close to Carmen Reviser, in third place. Behind them we see the rest of the pack going up to the mountain. Into turn 2 they go. Plux still holding lead. Carmen in second. Then we have Mr. Sean. Then behind them we have a Squabble for fourth position. Flappy takes fourth. Then we have MS2 Fast. And in sixth we have Lex. Then turn 4. Tricky hairpin up the mountain. We see Awesome Alex close to CPT O'Reilly. But he's now losing a bit of touch. Scraping the wall, but nothing major so far. Back to the front, into the downhill section they go. Lux already pulling away from the pack behind. Then we have Cartman and Mr. Sean in second and third place. You can see the brake disc glowing hot red after going downhill so much and having to brake. Then in fourth we have Flappy. Then fifth MS2 Fast. Then Lex and O'Reilly. O'Reilly now in the slipstream pulls out to the outside, which is the inside for the next corner. Will he brave it there? He goes down and Lex will hold 6th position. O'Reilly didn't brake too late to overshoot the corner, but also not to make a move. Then behind we have Awesome Alex in 8th. Then we have Murkoff in 9th, and then we have Vlaev. Then closely behind Vlaev we have Old Man, who might be looking for a move down this long straight up to turn 2. Slipstream is very powerful, and if you can get in front of somebody before the mountain, you will be golden. There, Old Man pulls out to the inside. Brakes. Does he brake later? No, he does not. Vlaev stays in front and in 10th position. Then in 12th we have RJ Cool, and in 13th we have John William Megan. Now we see Plux going over the top of the mountain. Now into the tricky chicane and dipper. Already pulling away from the guys behind. I think Plux will have the best pace around here. There we see Cartman and Sean still fighting, although Cartman doesn't get a great exit, bumps into the wall at the Falcon turn. We'll have to see. Let's drive on board with Mr. Sean for now. Slipstream, Cartman defends the outside, or the inside, which turns into the outside. And now Mr. Sean is going past. Does he make it stick? That's the question. Side by side they go, and Mr. Sean takes second place. Nicely done there, Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean is now up into second place. Then we have Flappy behind. You see the first place, Plux is pulling away. Then we have second, third and fourth. They are also pulling away from the pack behind. As we see Lex going down the inside on Hell's corner. Doesn't make it stick. Around the outside you seem to have the better, you have the advantage. You can brake a bit later and swoop it around. But we'll have to see Lex pulling up, out to the inside. Does he make a stick this time around? It looks like it, but we have to see. Lex is still in 6th place. MS2 Fast still narrowly ahead. Into turn 4 they go. Lex still in 6th place. Then we have O'Reilly in 7th. Then we have Murkoff and Awesome Alex. Murkoff actually overtaken Awesome Alex at turn 4. Then we have Old Man and Fly. Fly also overtaken by Old Man. Bit of scraping against the wall there, very easy to do so. It won't be a problem as long as you can keep it on the track. As I say that, and we see Awesome Alex making a mistake. Going ping-ponging between the walls. This is the top of the mountain. Gets on the grass, gets unsettled. Tries to hold it, doesn't quite manage to do so. Tries to continue. Still very difficult. His tire will probably be on fire after so much sliding. That's why he couldn't manage to hold it. Then in 12th place we have RJ Cool and John William Megan. The battle for second position still continues, with Cartman having to defend from Sean and Flappy. Flappy now a bit more behind Mr. Sean than he was a lap ago. Then in 5th position we have MS2 Fast and Lex. And in 7th we have O'Reilly. You can clearly see that there are some groups forming. Here we see Murkoff and Oldman battling for 8th position. Let's see if Oldman can use the slipstream to his advantage and go for a move into the second corner of this track. Lap times are just above 2 minutes. We will see them drop as the race goes on. But we see Oldman going past Murkoff to take 8th position. And we have Fly has spun on the exit of turn 2. Let's see what happened to him. It's tricky. If you get on the far outside of the corner, you will lose some grip. You get on the curb and there you have spun. Very unfortunate for Fly. Makes it point into the right direction again, and he loses some places due to that. He has got damage, so we will see if John will get past Blythe. As for strategy, most likely it will be a one stopper at the halfway point of the race, which is 50 minutes. Awesome Alex has gotten a penalty, and he has gotten into the wall as well. Awesome Alex not having the best of times out here tonight. As we see, he will lose a couple of places. Still fighting to regain control of his car, as it looks. Awesome Alex is surely struggling now. As we take a look back at the front, it is still Plugs in first position. Now we have Cartman and Mr. Sean in second and third. Then Flappy has dropped a bit more behind the two of them. Then we have MS2 still in fifth, then Lex in sixth, and O'Reilly in seventh position. Now we see Old Man in eighth and Murkoff in ninth. Then there's a big gap between ninth and 10th position, as we see Awesome Alex overshooting the first turn. He quits the race as well. He wasn't having the best of times out here tonight. You could just see him losing positions, making mistakes, especially at the mountain section, where we see Plugs going down the dipper now. The fastest lap so far is set by Plugs, who did 2 minutes 0.9. Very quick lap time around here, the NSX. You can see in the distance Cartman and Mr. Sean. They are nowhere near Plugs to contend for the lead. Contest, I should say. Mr. Sean now very close to Cartman. Mr. Sean pulls to the outside. Is he going for the switcheroo? No, he is not. But maybe on the big straight up to turn 2, he might will have a go with the slipstream. We will have to see. That's right on board with Flap. You can see in the distance those two guys battling. He might be able to salvage something out of it if it all goes wrong. Mr. Sean doesn't have the straight line speed to go past Cartman on this occasion. We will have to wait for a next opportunity. There we see MS2 fast pulling away from Lex and O'Reilly behind. O'Reilly scraping the wall on the entry of turn 4, excuse me, and that has resulted in him getting a half a second penalty. Track limits are a tricky thing around here. You see those white lines on the outside of the track. Here we have a good shot. If you are all the way on the outside of the track, so out of the white lines, you will get a half a second penalty. If you collide hard enough with the wall, you will get a 1.5 second penalty. For these kind of races, those penalties don't mean too much. It's only for the championship, as O'Reilly gets it wrong at the exit of the Falcon turn. Just spinning out, getting a bit loose at the back end. You could already see it on the entry. The back end wants to step out, and O'Reilly couldn't hold it. There we see Old Man has already pulled away from Murkoff behind. Then we have Vlaev, after his mistake, is now in 10th position. Then we have John William Megan in 11th, and RJ Cool, who has apparently made a mistake, seeing that he is now down in 12th position and quite some distance behind John. Mr. Sean still not able to get past Cartman, as Plux still extends his lead of this race. Maybe MS2 Fast is fast enough to catch up to Flappy, although you don't want to scrape the wall too often. It will lose you quite some time if you do it often. There we can see some dust being kicked up by somebody who went maybe slightly off track. But there were no yellow flags, so nothing major has happened. O'Reilly, meanwhile, is getting it a bit wrong, as I said, kicking up some dust at the entry of the downhill section, sliding around into the dipper. And again, O'Reilly makes a mistake at the exit of the Falcon corner. He is not too happy, seeing that his gear shifts are really unusual, to say the least. It won't help him to defend from Murkoff behind. Then Vlaev has made another mistake. He's now in 12th position. He was in 10th lap ago, but now he's way down the order. He's now much further back, as we see a whole bunch is pitting, and the Too Fast is coming a bit behind Flappy. Laxton comes in as well. The time it takes to get to your pit stall is quite some time. You will lose about 20-25 seconds doing a pit stop, as we see Murkoff coming out just behind John, maybe on the fresher tires and the extra speed. You can see Murkoff going past John already before they even get into turn 2. Vlaev also in the pits. You can see at the front bumper the amount of paint damage there is from all his trips to the barrier. There we see Plux. Is Plux going to pull into the pits? No, he is not. I would expect him to do so, as Mr. Sean has actually gone past Cartman. Sorry that we didn't catch that, as they both go into the pit. They're difficult pit entry to get right. And now we see the pit crew coming out to serve Cartman and Mr. Sean. But did the undercut work for Flappy and for all the other guys who pitted a lap earlier? We'll have to wait and see on that. Is he gonna get out in front? We see, if I can select Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean coming just out the pits, just behind Flappy. So the undercut did work for Flappy. And as well, Cartman is now battling it out with MS2 Fast, who also pulled the undercut on them. seeing this, Lux might need to consider going into the pits. On the other hand, if he can brave it out on those worn tires till the end of the race, he might be good. As onto the back straight he comes. Miles ahead of Flappy, now in second position. Then we have Mr. Sean. Cartman is in fourth. Then we have MS2 Fast in fifth. Then Lex in sixth. Oldman in seventh. He has overtaken O'Reilly for seventh position. O'Reilly in eighth. Then we have Merkel in ninth, as we see Plux going into the pits. John is in 10th place. Then we have RJ Cool in 11th, Flyif in 12th, and the till now only quitter is Awesome Alex. Here we see Plux going into the pits, getting new tires, and he's comfortably ahead of Flappy, so no need to worry for him. MS2 Fast actually made a mistake somewhere. Let's see if we can go back. At the downhill section into the Falcon turn, we have seen many more people getting stuck here. Some weird physics going on there. And that has led to MS2 Fast losing a position, but most importantly losing quite some time. Flappy did really make the undercut work. Almost on every circuit the undercut is better. And this is a very good example of it again. Flappy was in fourth position quite some distance back of the number 2 and number 3, but now you can see he's now up in second place after the pit stops all got done and served. He needs to get a good exit out of the Falcon turn to stay in front of Mr. Sean, and I think he has done just that. Then we have Cartman behind, and Lex is in fifth position after MS2 Fast had spun. Let's drive on board with Plux for this lap. This will be probably the fastest lap of the race, given that he's on fresh tires. You can already see in the first sector 1.5 tenths up on the previous best. Up the mountain they go into turn 3. Or turn 4, I don't know, excuse me for that. Then up the mountain, quick sweeping section of the track. Little to no room to make a mistake, as he's now on the top and he is going down. Lost a bit of time in that sector 2. But he is still up on his previous best, and which is the best lap time overall. Into the Falcon turn he goes, very tight on the entry and getting a good rotation. And now he's on the back straight. Here you will achieve the highest speed of the entire circuit, as he is now half a second up on his previous best. You can really see that he's pushing quite hard to secure that fastest lap. Now into the last braking zone of the lap. 90-degree turn, and over the line he comes. It is a 2 minute 00.486, half a second quicker than his previous best. Behind we can see that Sean actually has overtaken Flappy. It happened on the big back straight, already done before the braking zone. Flappy was thinking about going for a dive bomb again to reclaim second position, but he did otherwise. But we'll have to see now if Mr. Sean has the pace to keep Flappy and Cartman at bay. Flappy pulling out, but slotting back in behind Mr. Sean for now. Mr. Sean didn't get a great exit out of Hell's Corner. Now they are going side by side into turn 2. Flappy is now in front, but for how much longer? We have to see who brakes latest. It is Flappy who brakes latest and retakes second position. Extremely good racing out here in Australia tonight. Although I say that, and Flappy gets a tap off from Mr. Sean, and Cartman is now up into third position after Mr. Sean tapped Flappy and lost the position. I was gonna say much respect given to and from the drivers, but apart from that minor accident, it has been a very clean race so far. Only mistakes by the drivers themselves, and no other inconveniences. As Mr. Sean is now on the back of Cartman, who didn't get a great exit out of the Falcon turn. Into the slipstream they go. It's just a train now. Is Cartman going for the move? Into the braking zone they go. Who brakes latest? It is Flappy, who holds second position for now. You can just see how close they are to each other. Into the last corner they go. Cartman not getting a great exit. That has put him on the threat of Mr. Sean behind. Need to get a good exit out of the first corner, which leads on to a straight up to the second turn. It is a really long straight for a circuit like this. So slipstream is a key part of overtaking around here. As Flappy goes a bit wide, and that might cost him second place and maybe even third place. He holds third place for now, but you can just see a minor mistake and you have already lost the position, maybe two as well. For now it seems that he will hold third position. Very interesting battle we see here. Everybody giving each other respect, as I already said. Into the dipper they go. Flappy getting a bit unstable, but he kept it on the track. Although into the Falcon turn they go now. Goes for a bit deeper, but it will give him a better exit. We will have to see if he can go for a move. He's quite some distance back from Cartman, but maybe with a bit of slipstream you can just see how much he is gaining You will get about, well, if you are close behind, you might be able to get maybe 10 kilometers an hour more on the straights than the driver in front will. This is because the driver in front is punching a hole in the air and has more air resistance than Flappy will have. We will come back to this battle soon. We will have a run down the order. It is still Plux who is in the lead. And oh my goodness, there has been quite some contact as we just got away. Let's see. He's behind him, goes for the move, and I don't know what happened there. They seem... Oh. And we are back again. Sorry for that. I misclick and I have to scroll through everything again. As we see now from Cartman's perspective, I don't know what actually happened there. It seemed like Cartman wasn't steering and Flappy tried to go around the outside, maybe braked both a bit too late. That has cost Flappy quite something. He even picked up damage as a result of that. Maybe the stewards will have a look at that. We'll have to see. Now this all has meant that Mr. Sean is now up into second place. As somebody was spinning in the background. Who is it? It is MS2 Fast. MS2 Fast at the exit of turn 2 got on the curb and has spun around. Luckily for him, he will only lose one position, but he has lost quite some time now. MS2 Fast isn't having the best of days around here. He was going well in 5th place, but the tires are still very hot. You can just see he is spun out again at the exit of turn 3. Really unfortunate for him. As we see Cartman going up the inside of Flappy. Cartman must have made a mistake being so far down, but Flappy is going for the cutback. There's quite some rubbing with the two of them, as Flappy is now in 3rd position. He has the inside for the last corner. Will he keep it? Yes, he will. Although Cartman might have a better exit. No, he has not. This will be the final lap of the race. The final lap. It is all or nothing at this point. They have some room to Lex behind. Lex, who is on his own for quite some time now, is just steady cruising around here. Yeah, we have Oldman in 6th position. Very well done there. As Flappy and Cartman still battling, but there has happened something in turn 2. Oh, Cartman just missing his braking points, picked up damage, and he's now quite some distance back. His hopes for a podium are now over, unless Mr. Sean or Flappy makes a mistake. Here we see Plux rounding the Falcon turn for the last time. As we see on screen, it is the final lap. Mr. Sean is in 2nd place. Then we have Flappy in 3rd, Cartman in 4th. Then behind we have Lex, then we have Oldman, Murkoff in 7th, then we have MS2 Fast in 8th position, then we have Vlaev in 9th position, then John in 10th, and RJ Cool is in 11th. Let's go back to the leader, who is rounding the final corner now. It is Plux who dominated them all and takes a stunning victory out here. But now it's the question, who will finish second and third on the podium? If they don't outbrake themselves into the final corner, they should be all fine. Let's see. Now we have Mr. Sean rounding the final corner. He will take second place after an interesting battle with Flappy and Cartman. Flappy will take third place and Cartman will take fourth. Just missing out on the podium for today. Then we have Lex in fifth, cruising on his own. And not many mistakes has given him a fifth position at the end. There we see Oldman. We haven't really seen him this race, but he was a bit under the radar and he has cruised to a 6th place finish for this race. Very well done there, old man. Then we have Murkoff and MS Too Fast. Still battling it out in the dying moments of this race. It looked like MS wanted to go down the inside, but he didn't succeed. This will mean that Murkoff will take a 7th place and MS Too Fast will take 8th. Thank you for watching. It was an interesting race, especially for the 2nd, 3rd and 4th position. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe and comment what you think was the best moment of this race. For now, I will see you next week for more Driversroom Festival of Speed.